Peace and love, everyone. I'm Noble Azrael, and I'm going to be bringing you your weekly astrology forecast. I know I wasn't able to get it done over the last couple of days, and that's due to a lot of different things popping up, and I had been traveling as well. Just left the Smithsonian Institute, and just went there, a couple different places around there, get some historical facts straightened out and get some more information to study so I can share with you all in a later broadcast. But definitely grateful to, be able to share some insights what's going on this week. We had a lot that took place last week. And we got a lot of stuff that's going on currently in today's age. So definitely want to go ahead and, get started. And I will be using the software again, so I'm going to go ahead and get into that. But a lot has taken place, so let's go ahead and get into the chart. I'm going to share, and I hope you all are able to see the screen. Let me see here. We're going to, let's see if you guys can see this. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but hopefully you can. This is a chart that I have pulled up. This is a nighttime chart. The sun is here again. And this is based off of, me doing the chart at night, generally around nighttime. And you see the sun here is set, okay, and it's going around the wheel. It's in the 7th house, and normally this is where the sun is setting around that time. And this is the sun in Leo, and I want to say happy Leo season to all my Leos. So just like the cat, I'm kind of late coming to this forecast and getting things done with the forecast, but nonetheless we're still going to get it done. And right off the back, I'm going to go around the wheel for all of my signs, but we didn't really miss anything Sunday and Monday. Or today, really. Things will really start picking up tomorrow. But we do have the sun in Leo. And of course, the sun rules Leo. So for my Leos, this is your season. The sun has made it home. Okay. And we know that the sun is a luminary. It's a star. Okay. So this is where you all want to shine the most, especially for my Leos this season. And this is particularly dealing with the 7th house, and we have in the 7th house Mars, and we also have Mercury in Cancer at 29 degrees. It's actually at the last degree is going to be making a transition soon. However, you also want to take into effect wherever we have 29 degrees, 28 degrees, we got to pay close attention to the critical degrees in astrology of things that may happen for the better or worse. So for some people, Mercury deals with the mind, the mentality. At 29 degrees, when it shifts, this can be a shift and more clarity about understanding or comprehending your emotions better, or this can be a mental breakdown or emotional breakdown. But nonetheless, for my Leos, right away you have the sun in Leo, 7th house. This is all about managing your funds, managing your relationships, managing your partnerships, your business deals, your contracts, and being a leader, setting a tone and trend the way that you see fit. And you also have Mars there. So Mars has been in Leo for some time and, adding some extra needed energy. And because Mars is there, about to leave, we're going to go around the zodiac. But when we look 180 degrees opposite of the 7th house into the 1st house, we see that Saturn is in Aquarius. The traditional ruler of Aquarius is there, but it's retrograde. So when it comes to your identity, this is all about that discipline, forging that type of image that you're trying to portray to the rest of the world. This is all about discipline, and this is where you may feel some restrictions and limitations. And you also have Jupiter about to retrograde also on Thursday back into Aquarius. It was there at the beginning of the year, and now it's about to go back and partner back up with Saturn. This is all about unfinished business. So here you have the Great Constrictor or Malefic in the first house, and then you have Jupiter, the Great Benefic, will merge together again in the house of Aquarius, and this is right on the first house. So how can you be more disciplined in your actions concerning your creations and innovations, and bring some great optimism with that? This is what's the focus. But because Jupiter is going backwards, or appear to be going backwards, this is all about revisiting some things that you did not complete within groups, organizations, institutions. You have it. And when Jupiter goes retrograde, this will, be a chance to try to align your aspirations with your actions. And we know that Mars is actually, in Leo, but it'll be transitioning out of Leo on Thursday, that same day. So you'll have Jupiter opposing Mars. So, when it comes to forging your self-identity, it will be at odds with your relationships and partnerships and deals. You'll try to figure out, how can I better assert my image and take the necessary energy and steps that it takes to get there, put that with the actions. But, when the actions transition, this will go from more of a leadership to how can I, use more discernment, especially with resources. So, and this is all taking place on Thursday. And as we go around the wheel now, this is where we see Neptune is still working its energy out in the second house. So for those ruled by Neptune, my Pisces, you have Neptune home, the ruler. This is all about how can you ascend spiritually? How can you, go beyond the mystery that's before your eyes? And with all of this energy of change in the chart, you also have the moon there, ushering your emotions to help you navigate. So as, things are changing around you, you have the energy, the desire to want to change, along with the energy. You want to flow with the water, the emotion, the consciousness that's being around you, but the direction is unclear. And that is due to, you still discovering yourself, and how to just, meet those basics of survival techniques. Survival merged with your spirituality is the key for some of you dealing with that. Again, Palace, your ability to take a stand in the third house in the community is retrograde, because this is unfinished business. These are things that were not completed. And then you also have Chiron retrograde in the third house as well. And it's home in Aries, so it feels good, but it's some time to do some deep digging. And we know a lot of things that's been taking place with the corporate infrastructure, and we want to talk about that. Let me just check real quick and see if okay, you guys can see it. All right, fine. Okay, so with the infrastructure, there's a lot of things that's taking place. In London, they're actually experiencing some things. Canada, or Canaan's land, all over really. Right now, we are in a cross battle between the elites, battling for emergence. And as you can see, China is projected to be the big head. But then you see what happened to them, where they are being hit with all type of weather patterns, weather storms. And again, for those who are on this soil, Neptune is ruling the type of information that you're getting about what's taking place all around the world and what's taking place home, okay, as far as the media is concerned. So when it comes to resources and finances, if Neptune is ruling over that and there's deception around what's taking place globally, You're not being told right now to try to convert your fiat into gold or silver or precious metals, because there is a collapse that is brewing. Um, the financial institutions, the market is a bubble that's about to burst. So we can see this here in the chart, especially with Uranus and Taurus. Uranus has been working its energy in Taurus for some time now, and this is where this square is directly to the first house. So um, you won't be getting that aid that you're thinking from organizations or groups or charities, because it's in conflict right now, especially with your position. So it's best to start to stock up and store while you can. If the market is affected, then this will affect the entire, or if the financial market is affected, this will affect your ability to be able to survive. And when Uranus is in Taurus like that, you get a lot of sudden energy. And this is a wake-up call. So right now, there is this war going on, with the elite. And there are people who are forced to get the jab, okay? And because they're forced to get the jab, if they don't comply, then they won't get access to the resources. And that's what we're seeing. They also have this take place in London now. So coming to a town near you soon, be best to start to, well, I won't say start, but continue for those who have been to stock up and get ready. With the North Node in Gemini, this lesson is a great lesson for humanity to learn how to express yourself and to speak up for yourself. Use your gifts, your voice, your ears, your five senses. Use those things to best express your freedom and your liberties. You have this time to learn these lessons now. I said this in class, but 2025 will be a great time. You'll have a lot of planetary alignments that will line up with the Sphinx and with the pyramids and other monuments on Earth. And this will be like a great releasing of Uranus energy. Now, Uranus is the planetary ruler of this age, along with Saturn. And it's not normal that you have two planetary rulers at once. So both of these planets will be releasing information, downloads from other star systems that's confirmed to be in our solar system now. And you can thank Uranus for that. This will be released, and it'll be a lot of change that take place. But right now, this is like a test. This is like a quiz before the test. And then there will be a big exam, because once you get all this information released, you're going to have to put it to use. So we see here Uranus is in a square with the 7th house. So for those who are trying to really dive in materialistically, it's not all about fiat. This time is all about how can you lead a better life and create a better life for your own soul development. But don't just think about yourself, because when the sun's in the 7th house, we're dealing with the interpersonal relationships, transitioning from the interpersonal relationships, going into those relationships that we form with society. And it's all about nationhood, national principles. So when we think about ourselves and the resources that we're trying to store, the things that we're trying to hold on to, how is it in the way of us creating those better relationships? And this will be the quiz before we get all of this information download in 2025. So right here we have your fortune, a lot of fortune here in the 5th house as well. For some of you, or for a lot of us, this is where a lot of creativity, as far as our writing, blogging, podcasting is taking place. And I think we all are experiencing a new level of podcasters, new streams and different types of streaming platforms, not just for the individuals, but for also institutions and corporations. They have a different way of disseminating information. And you see here the South Node is in Sagittarius. So this is all about this is still the nodes in opposition to one another, but it makes a great time for us to really use our expression for the good of the all. You have a lot of squares in the chart, which is good because now it gives us a time to make decisions moving forward. And this is, the ultimate quiz that you're going to be getting now. Okay, so with this square, Mars, okay, and then we'll be moving into, it will be making a transition soon. Mars squaring the South Node. You're taking action and you're trying to go back to the norm, which you're used to doing. And this can be stemming from previous lives, past lives, or things that you held on to childhood. You're trying to go back to the norm. Those people or groups or friends that you thought you could rely on, continuously go back to them. This is a conflict. That help, that aid isn't there, and is actually, in this lifetime calling all of us to, move forward and, try to build from a more spiritually based mindset. So this is what's taking place. This is kind of the energy what's going on right now. So let's go ahead and flip the, let's see, we'll go forward. This is for Wednesday. Yeah, so this is for Wednesday. Just give you more insight. You have Venus in Virgo in the 8th house. So it's all about trying to find a balance between the resources that you do obtain in the occult and the deep mysteries. Those desires that you have that are sensual, trying to discern when to use them and when it is appropriate to divulge. That's the question here, Wednesday. Again, you're going to have a lot of planetary shifts take place. Thursday, you're going to have more of the same energy. And again, you got a lot of transitional energy now. So it's all about change. As the moon is, waning, coming back home close to the sun, it's all about sharing information, taking action. And when you're trying to take action and you don't have that much information, it's going to be very tough. But on this day, you'll actually, be able to take action that will put you on the path that you desire. So I like this Wednesday, but you will have these squares. Now, you've all heard about, well, you may have not heard, but a lot of people have been so-called senators, alleged senators. They have been taking the jab, and you seeing that they all was affected by the jab. And you see the numbers fluctuate based off of the what Neptune releases in the media. So this is a warning. So of course we know not to take the jab and don't go in that direction, but we know that it's causing more problems than what they say. But this is actually a cleansing period. Okay, it's not just on one level is to get rid of certain people, but it's also a cleansing period on Earth, because the natural flow of Earth, we say Mother Earth or Daughter Earth, she's alive, and at some point she gets tired of experiencing the same action, so she's doing a cleansing. But don't be fooled. A lot of the weather that you see is not actual. It's not natural to Earth. Okay, there should not be a reason why there's category 6, 7, and 8 storms and weather patterns on Earth. So when you look at China and they're actually ruled by Mars, a lot of the things that they're getting that's taking place to them is not natural. They're being affected by weather wars. So you got weather wars on top of bio wars, on top of physical wars, nuclear wars, all these different wars taking place. for the resources of the earth. And this is what, we're actually revisiting this, principle. So Jupiter is at 29 degrees, and then you also have Mars at 29 degrees. This opposition is strong. Emotionally, it's time to take a step back. You have Jupiter going into Aquarius, and then also you have Mars in Leo. This is an opposition, difficult or challenging aspect in astrology, trying to go back to those groups and establishments to, again, realign your self-image and your aspirations, but then how will you go ahead and, put the work in and show that you've changed or improved. This is what this is all about, starting a new phase within that group, reconciliation. But this is all up to you. This is what this energy is releasing on Wednesday and Thursday. So you'll get a dual day to try to get that right. Friday, you'll get more of this, but let's go a little deeper on Friday. This is Wednesday, Thursday. Let's look Friday. So Friday, you have Mercury entering Leo, Mars officially in Virgo, and Mercury in Leo. So this will add more fire to your mental creations, and it will add more, light, shed more light on the things that you're trying to create. Or even information that you've been studying, things will, become more clear. This will give you that extra energy you need contractually. And I like this. This is a day ruled by Venus, and it's 9:09. So at 9:10, Jupiter will be ruling the hour. So we'll get more expansive with this retrograde. And for those who've been affected by this Jupiter retrograde, we're going to go ahead and see why. We're going to do a general tarot card reading at the end. But this is some good energy on Friday. I like it overall. Let me see here. What else do you have? So the moon will be in Taurus. Okay, so good day for, tasting some Oriental food, getting out, experiencing a different culture. Chinese food for some who's interested in that type of thing. Let me see. Pluto is still in Capricorn working, and this is behind the scenes type things that's hidden, things that's beneath the surface that we can't see, information and stuff taking place concerning those private institutions or public institutions. Things will be coming out more in the public's eye, but again, will we be able to discern? This will be in a favorable position for us to, get more information and discern between what's going on. I think a lot of people this time won't be fooled, especially in this age. More and more truths are coming out, even though they've been there the whole time. And again, I like this, energy for Friday. We still have a lot of this stuff brewing up. We see that Tennessee passed a, de facto passed the gun laws, and we see that the gun sales have been skyrocketing. So you don't be a fool. I would definitely start to prepare yourself, and there's nothing wrong with protecting yourself. So go ahead and stock up and get prepared for the transition, because there's a lot of energy transitioning. The corporations, CEOs, a lot of them have taken major blows. So you're going to want to make sure that you're taken care of, because a lot of people, we want the structure to fall, and that's good. It needs to fall, but the ones who are controlling, they will be better off than the ones who, aren't prepared. So just because it's falling, you still got to get prepared. And this is Friday. Let's look ahead at Saturday and Sunday. So this is Friday. Okay, this is Saturday. Okay. Okay, so we got the moon conjunct Uranus, on Saturday. This is a good thing, but it'll be in a square to the Sun and Mercury, and it'll also be in a square to Saturn and Aquarius. So this is a tough aspect in astrology. Here we have changes. You've been feeling the need to make changes, the necessary changes in the home, uh, especially with resources or surrounding, nurturing and protecting those in the home. And you'll have to make some tough decisions this day, uh, whether it be contractually or whether it be with how you're holding on to an image that needs to die of yourself. And death is not a bad thing. Death is a great thing, especially when it brings new life and renewal. So the conflict of your self-image, what you're trying to portray yourself as, will be in conflict with the things you're experiencing in the home and contractually or in relationships. So, and then this is, whatever you're experiencing in the relationships, opposition between your self-identity. So will you die to self is the question, or will you continue to hold on to yourself, feeding your ego, which will affect your relationship, or which will ultimately affect your home. Okay, so this is the big question on Saturday, and then from this T square, you'll experience that conflict. But like we always say in astrology, squares aren't necessarily a bad thing. It's just there to challenge us to do better. So let's look on Sunday, what we'll be experiencing Sunday. And again, more of the same of T square taking place, but you will have some different energy added in. The moon is still working as energy in Taurus. Aries still in Chiron. Pallas is transition from the third to the second. So whether you take a stand financially, some of you will lose finances because you won't be able to take that stand, spend. So you might be thinking, well, what if all the stores are closed on Sunday? This is, Amazon, some type of media, eBay. This is where you're not taking a stand. You have the capability to, but that emotional spending will come into play. So I think, let me see, do anybody have any questions? Any questions? Okay, well, let's go back to it. And when we have the Jupiter 29 degrees remaining there, you got the Sun and Mercury working together in the seventh house. So this will give you a strong energy and give you strong efforts that will be made, especially when it comes to planning, even when it comes to partnering and planning with others. You'll get an extra boost of energy there when the Sun, because Mercury will take on the energy of the Sun and give you a much needed boost. But you will also have a strong opposition to Saturn. So Mercury will give you that chance to plan and be prepared for the retribution from Saturn, especially with Saturn's ring. He's the disciplinary, so it's time to get some things done. But the Sun and Mercury will help you to prepare for the blows that you'll experience when these two face off. So, or three face off, I should say. So let me see if there's any questions. And also when I was shuffling the deck, two cards did come out: the Princess of Disc in reverse, and then also the Sybil upright. And the Princess of Disc in reverse, this can explain that Pallas retrograde, not being able to control those emotions. You want to get out, you want more information, you want different things, and then you actually emotionally spend, and this is where you lose finances. And then now, because you've done that, you feel good and get your needs met on one level. Now, for the future and the long term, you're starting to think, dang, I really needed that finance. But this is why some of you will be spending it on some things that will help you get more into the esoteric knowledge and wisdom, and more like self-help this weekend. This will help you, give you that boost. You'll be able to go into the mystery yourself, and this will go to whether or not you're going at it with the right heart. Yes, yes, I did email you back too, Mother, and you should be receiving it this week. Matter of fact, I got it ready for you actually, so you should be receiving it this week. Any other questions? Oh, well, let me get to the reading. So, Seven of Swords. Push this back some. Seven of Swords upright. The Jinn card upright. Two of Swords upright. The Ascetic upright. Six of Disc upright. Ten of Wands in reverse. You got a couple right. The Judgment upright. Ten of Disc upright. We have the Sun in reverse, and we have the Desert Hermit in reverse. So right off the bat, when it comes to energy, some of you've been sending out a lot of paperwork, writs, affidavits, information, and you've been on the go constantly, and you've been wanting results back. You've been wanting to see where things is heading, but for some of you, you're not paying attention to the details. Mercury is direct, so this is clear. And plus, when Mercury merged with the Sun, this will give you that boost that you need to realign with your purpose. And Mercury will give you clarity so that you won't be missing out, because others are watching you as you make moves. So keep that in mind. Some of you are experiencing some bad energy. Well, we don't say bad energy, but some contrary energy, because you have this Jinn, okay, upright. This is, not thinking positively about your situations, or thinking from a perspective of your higher self that will, elevate your thoughts. And of course, we know when you don't do that, that leads to negative actions, or we say contrary actions to what path you're really meant to be on. So what's going on now? You have the Two of Swords. Okay, I don't know if you can see that Two of Swords. This is the yearning for information. This is the Moon in Libra. I need information. I need to balance what's going on in my life, what's going to happen next. But guess what? She's blindfolded, and you have to go with what you have before you. Stick with what you have, okay? And I know it's tough because you need more information, but you have two swords, you have two choices, you have to choose one. You can't always have perfection. You have to learn to live with your choice, okay? And no matter what, this is in the plan. Your higher self have this in the plan for you. So, and this explains why you're going to be going through the ascetic. You've been going through this anyway. You've been going through learning how to go against the grain, learning how to do things differently than what you are used to or accustomed to. You can't always have things go in your favor. Even when things are not going in your favor, it's still a part of the plan. So just keep that in mind, because for some of you, then you have Six of Discs. You've been putting in work in the past. You've been doing so much, and you've been acquiring little, and you just want return on your investment. Okay, whether you've been investing your energy, your time, your effort, your mind, you just want return. And for some of you, you will receive that return. You earned it. I mean, you put in a lot of work, and you're gonna get what you put in. So And then others of you, here you have the Ten of Wands. You've been able to carry this huge task and project into the next realm, into the future, make it real. You've been having setbacks, trying to carry too much of the load, and this time you'll be able to redirect, because when Jupiter goes retrograde, this is all about revisiting things that you did not finish from the past. This is like when you're digging up, sometimes when they're mining, they're digging up old things from the past. Things explode because you never dealt with it in the present time when it was there, and you gotta be careful this time around. But with this redirect from Jupiter, it will be a good chance for you to do that. You also have the Judgment card upright. The Judgment card upright. This is where all of the things that you have been doing, you felt like you've been judged, and rightfully so, especially with this full moon. People are going to judge you by your actions, and it's not a bad thing to get judged or to judge people. We judge everything, based off of what we see, but sometimes we don't always see what's really there. We see things how we are and not how things actually are. So this Ten of Disc here, right here, all you need, you've been getting this information from others. I don't know if you can see that Ten of Disc. Ten of Disc, you've been getting information from those elderly figures, okay, from different resources. Some of you have been getting this estate question. You've been getting this information about land. This is what, others are offering you. And I don't know if you all heard about what just took place recently, where there were some nationals trying to claim or lien or sue for land, and right here in Maryland. And it just, wasn't enough information. So this stuff about the estate is keep coming up in card readings that I do for other people. But land, okay, this is in question. I know the estate is under colonial occupation right now. And the Sun card is in reverse. The Sun card is in reverse. Things are not aligned. So trying to claim and get all of these things, get, me, it's not aligned right now for that. Because not only does the planetary energy want you to realign with your higher self for your development, but this is for the collective. So everyone is going through their desert hermit energy. Everyone is experiencing redefining who they are, going back, because it's all about growth. And if you're on planet Earth, this evidence that you have to do some work. And the work that we have to do is not unknown to us. There's only 12 archetypal natures, and those are through the zodiac. So we all are incarnated under different signs, so we know the inclinations of each sign. So we all have work to do, and this is where you need solitary confinement, not to isolate yourself, but to go within. Every night we have to go through this battle between the ego. When no one is around, this is that battle, and this is what this is all about. Stop grabbing so much information you can't even remember the first principles. Work on your character. Some of you suck at evaluating yourself, but you're experts at criticizing other people. And this is where we're all learning how to criticize ourselves so we can become better. Okay? Stop pointing the energy at other people. Okay? Stop being a victim. This is all about, what am I contributing to my downfall? What's holding me back? Is it my mindset? Is it my actions? Is it my tongue? Okay? Is it this little thing in my mouth that's holding me back? This is what this is all about this week. And this is what things will resurface when Jupiter goes retrograde back into Aquarius. So with this opposition, what are you forging as your self-identity? So this is all about unfinished business, and I hope this was able to help you all. I wanted to do this, give you some clarity what's going on over the next couple of days, and we will continue. I didn't get a chance to do the tarot card readings last week, but we're going to pick them up for sure this week and get started. We will have movie night tomorrow, so if you want to join us for that, go ahead and email, and we have some great things coming up. So thank you all for tuning in. Is there any questions before we go ahead and close out? Or anything that was said? Any questions? Okay. So hope this was able to help. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we will continue to build. And love you all. You have a great week. I will see you when we do the other readings. Peace and much love, and enjoy the rest of your night.